Hey guys, so in this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to make a flashlight using CV2. So let's get started. So, there's a couple different ways to make a flashlight. The ways I like to make a flashlight are these ways. The first way I like to make it is the most simplest. All you need is a light bulb, a model, and a clamp. You need to set up the objects in a following. You take the flashlight model, the clamp, and the light bulb, and you wire them like so. You need to wire these three objects in this way. Flashlight model to the base of the clamp, the light model to the tip of the clamp, like so. You then need to take your maker pen and configure the flashlight to however you want the light to be shown. For this tutorial, my setup is like so. The intensity is at 37, the range is at 139, and the spotlight is at 26. You can make your own settings or copy what I have. The second setup I like to use is this. I use these chips to make it so the flashlight flickers. You take the delay chips, as so, you wire them like this. You wire the after delay to run the chip down here, and you wire this chip after delay to up here, like so. This will create a loop. Whatever you set the time to here, this is how long the loop is going to be. So this one is 0.2 seconds, and this one is another 0.2 seconds. So every 0.2 seconds, something will be outputted. What gets outputted will be inputted into here. So every 0.2 seconds, a random number will be picked. We have a 1 to 15. Then up here, it checks if that number is a 5 or whatever number you want to put in there. If it's a 5, then it'll output a signal from this then. That signal will come up here and turn off the spotlight. But if this is not a 5, then it'll output a else, and that else is wired to turn on the spotlight. So whenever this number is anything but a 5, the light will be on. But if the number is a 5, then the light will be off. To start this, all you need to do is wire a signal into the run. There's a few different ways you can do this. The way I have it is a button. One button runs it, the other button stops it. Another way you can get this to work is by getting an event receiver and configuring it to the room loaded section. Then you need to take a maker pen to the wire tool, wire the execute to the run. So now, whenever the room was initially loaded, you save the room, restore the room, or a new instance has been created in your room. A signal will be outputted from the event receiver into the run of the first delay chip. That will also start this loop. Now, to test this, all we have to do is press this button right here, this first button right here. Test it, and we watch. If we wait a second, you can see the lights are flickering. Remember, you can also grab the flashlight and move it around to work like a flashlight, like so. The third and final way you can do it is like this. You take a trigger volume, the RecRoom object has tag, an if, a delay, and your normal clamp, spotlight, and flashlight model. Then you wire the following. First, you gotta wire the object that was entered into the object import of the RecRoom object has tag. You then configure whatever tag you want the flashlight to have. This just means if the object that was entered in the trigger zone has that tag, then it would output a true statement. If it doesn't have the tag, it'll output a false statement. You also gotta wire the execute of the object entered into the execute input of the if to make the if chip actually run and work. Next thing I do is wire the then into the delay. So basically what that does is if the object has tag, it will output a then and it will start the delay. Once the delay has been ran, it will send input to turn off the spotlight. Then after 0.2 seconds, the light will turn back on. So let's test. I'm going to take the flashlight, put it in the trigger zone, and if it blinks, it works properly. Let's try it. Whenever you put the flashlight inside the trigger zone, it turns off. 0.2 seconds later, it turns back on. So, if this tutorial helped you at all, make sure you leave a like. If you're still having a little issue, leave your issue in the comments so I can help anyone who has an issue. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay tuned for more tutorials. Bye!